Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mega Man X Legacy Collection All Achievements Marathon Let's Play! Last time, we took down 3 more Mavericks in X4 and also fought the Colonel. This time, we're going to be going to the Air Force, because there's a couple things I want out of there. He left with a space fortress to conquer the air. Here we are at the Air Force. We got a nice, that's probably like a real photo of like a city skyline that's being used as the background there. I wonder if anyone's found the source. Anyway, we have a ride armor here. This ride armor works a little weirdly. So it can air dash, which is cool. It can even do an air dash after a dash. There's a heart tank. So it can do like regular shots. Cool, whatever. It can't move while shooting. Your best option is to charge and charge while dashing and air dashing. Okay, that was all scary, but we did it. And come over here, and yeah, it also hovers. And now we're on to Area 2 already. Alright. Let's go over here. We got some aircrafts in the background. And we got some lasers that would cause us problems normally. I'm going to switch to Lightning Web because there's an item here that we need to use. We need to use Lightning Web to get it. That's what I'm saying. Anyway. Oh, that was a little tricky. Now we have the arm parts. You can charge up to 4 blasts at a time with this arm module. It takes a while to charge, but you can fire a charge shot anytime you so wish with it. This arm module is also changeable. Enter this capsule to change parts. What does that mean? If you played this game, you already know. So, these are I guess the standard arm parts. They have the standard color scheme of the armor. And you can charge up to 4 shots at once and release them at any time you want, which is convenient. I believe if you're doing a speedrun, this is actually the fastest thing to use if you're good with it. But what the series would stick with, I guess I'm foreshadowing something, but with this arm part you can fire the plasma shot, which is effective against stronger enemies. If the shot hits the opponent, plasma is generated, which will cause additional damage to the enemy. The arm module is changeable. Enter this capsule to change parts. So yes, we can choose whichever part we want, and we can change them whenever we want by coming here. Sadly, you can't just kind of like change them whenever, but yeah. Anyways, now we have this plasma shot, and you'll notice something. We have only 2 charge levels still. And yeah, I'll show what the weapon I don't need this time, but yeah, we can just charge weapons really quickly, which is nice and also makes charged weapons a lot more viable than they used to be. Anyways, I don't want these parts, so I'm going to be wall jumping over this capsule. And oh, that was scary. That was a little too scary. Anyway, with charged weapons, there's a lot of cool tricks you can do against bosses. But what I'm going to show first is the plasma shot, which is just absolutely busted. Look at that. This thing's broken. Just getting that out there. Anything that doesn't have iframes gets destroyed. It goes through enemies even if they're not dead, which is insane. So yeah, there's a lot here. Anyway, how dare you destroy my unit? You'll pay for this with your life. Now, I don't have his weakness. I kind of did this out of order, but I felt like it. Oops. Come on. You're being really annoying. You can wall jump up here. Okay, you can see that it will do an extra point of damage against the boss, which is nice. Yeah, I don't know. He would be doing some pretty annoying attacks normally, but the plasma shot is kind of making them not do much. Well, except for that. That one does a fair bit. But it doesn't block my shot because I have the plasma shot, which is honestly probably the biggest reason to use this one, because it just makes everything easier. If something's blocking your shots, you can still shoot through it. And that's the boss. And for that, Double Cyclone fires a vacuum. Fires vacuum cyclones left and right. Most effective when surrounded by the enemies and against Skyborn enemies. Skyborn? That's a weird way to say it. Anyways, I'm gonna save once again. Now we have 2 armor parts, 6 heart tanks. Okay, just gonna skip it. 6 weapons and 3 tanks. Now, I'm going to be going to the military train. Why? I want to. That's why. He defends the military train to protect the supply of goods. Ready! Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably the worst stage in the game besides the, besides Jet Stingray's stage, because that one's just kind of not great. I want to play Mega Man X, not Ride Chaser game. But this stage is kind of weak. It's mainly just going in a straight line with very happily placed enemies, to say the least. You saw it earlier, there was like a bunch of Mets all in a line. That's something like I would have done like 2 months ago in my game. Which, don't do that, please. If you're making a game, don't put lines of enemies, unless it's a shoot 'em up. That's the only time where it's reasonable. Anyways, come over here. I believe this one, when we jump to the other car, it gets replaced with another car somehow. I don't know how that worked, but it did. Anyways, because we have the plasma shot, this is made pitifully easy. We didn't even have to move. Yeah, that one will be tougher when we play Zero. Ready. Now on to Area 2. Come over here, and just keep going through the stage. The stage is honestly kind of boring. Okay, I can't do that without the ride armor. We'll get a ride armor in a second. I'm just kind of skipping these guys because I don't want to deal with them. Anyways, with the ride armor, we can break these blue blocks and some other stuff that we couldn't before. Including the train. And, yeah. It's neat, I guess. It's not really useful. And look, the heart tank's just sitting here. You don't even have to blow up the train for it. I don't understand why they did it like that. It's so weird. Like the, you know, the heart tank in the Air Force stage at least had like a time limit on getting it, and I ditched that ride armor early. I didn't mean to, but we're gonna have to ditch it anyways right here. That heart tank had like a time limit on it. This thing, you don't even, it's just right there. There's just no urgency to it. Or like mystery of where to get the heart tank or how to get it. It's just right there. It's strange. Anyway, come over here, and we're almost done with the stage. Keyword almost. We're not quite done. Ow. And here we are. I don't want to equip Frost Shield. That's not his weakness. There he is. Just give him a second. There we go. Challenging my unit was both foolish and reckless. You're nothing more than my prey. One that is soon to be retired. Yeah, I can read. So, for whatever reason, sometimes my controller kind of like double cycles through the weapons. I don't know why. I don't know if it's my controller or what. Anyways, he's weak to Ground Hunter. You can see he kind of does that. Again, it's so bad. This is one of the reasons why I prefer not playing as X, because then I get to actually fight the bosses instead of just kind of being encouraged to do stuff like this, just to get through it quicker. And there we go, he's dead. Amazing. And for that, Twin Slasher shoots Twin Slashers forward in 2 directions. This weapon has wide range capabilities, making it easier to hit enemies. I'm going to save. And now, before we tackle the cyberspace stage, we're going to do a little bit of cleanup. We're going to go back to the volcano. Now, in Area 2, there's one item I didn't even show where it is, but we couldn't get. And we need both the arm parts, because you need to be able to charge a weapon, and Twin Slasher. I don't know why this combination of weapons. It doesn't really make a lot of sense when you see what we're about to do. But, we can just do that, I guess. You don't need the leg parts, it's just kind of nice to have. Okay, now, I don't know why it's like double cycling through my weapons. It's so strange. Anyway, charge Twin Slasher, and we get the body parts. Equipped with this new body module X, this body part absorbs damage inflicted by enemies and will gradually accumulate within. When it is filled to the capacity with energy, you can execute the invincible Nova Strike. However, a single use will consume all your energy stores, so use it only to pull through tight situations. So, now we get our damage reduction as usual, and now we also have the Nova Strike, which thankfully they give us a full meter to start with. And yeah, it does that. It's cool. Something else to note is that in this game, whenever you die, you do all your weapons are reset to full, which is very nice. I appreciate it. And that also goes for the Nova Strike. So, let's save. And now we just have one last stage. He lives in cyberspace and wants to destroy the network system. Alright. Here we are in cyberspace, and I would strongly advise coming here with Soul Body first, because it's useful. So we got a thing that's tracking us, we got these eyeball things that can only be destroyed with Soul Body, or Split Mushroom's weapon, rather, because Zero gets something different. We'll get into that. Anyways, you're ranked upon entering here. It's just about speed. As long as you get in there fast enough, you'll get an S rank. And if you have an S rank, you'll get an item. In that one, it was a heart tank. In this one, we'll get something else. And There we go. And you don't need the soul body to get the S ranks. You can still do it without. The timing is actually kind of lenient. Anyways, that was our final sub-tank. And we also got our final heart tank last time. I kind of forgot to mention that was the last heart tank. Now you can dash under these guys, which is helpful to know. Come up here. Ooh, it's a little tricky, but you can do it. If I can, you can too. And come up here. And there we go, our final S rank, and our reward is our final light capsule. I'm giving you a new head module X. This module will improve your special weapons abilities. It should reduce your special weapon energy requirements to near zero. You may now use your special weapons as often as you want. So yes, he's saying that correctly. We now have infinite usage of special weapons, and we should be getting, yeah, there we go, 4th armor. We got an achievement for the whole armor set. Anyway, yes, we can in fact use special weapons as often as we want, except for charged special weapons. Those still require energy, the same amount as normal, so you do need to be careful with that. But yeah, it's very, very nice to have. And we're on to Area 2. Alright, so no more ranked time mission things. Now we just got a fairly standard stage, except there's a sort of gravity flipping mechanic, I guess. It's kind of strange, to be honest. The technology just sort of isn't really there to make it good, I feel. Because it just sort of instantly flips. I mean, for speed's sake, I'm glad it instantly flips. It just looks weird. Anyway, that was it. There we go. We're on to the end of the stage. And now, I'm going to equip Soul Body once again, because that is this boss's weakness. His potential is limitless? Not possible. Who are you? What are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? I was ordered to test your abilities. It's quite simple. What? Prepare yourself. And, you know, these boss dialogues really aren't doing it for me. Anyway, Cyber Peacock. He kind of just spawns somewhere in the middle here. And, you want to use Soul Body to anticipate it. Sometimes he'll do this. He'll start shooting missiles at you, which is a little annoying, but I would strongly suggest landing a few pot shots on him while he's doing that, because then you don't have to go through this teleporting phase here. Ugh. And with Infinite Soul Body, this is made a little less annoying. And... oh, I missed it! Oh. How long does it take to charge this? Yeah, we're gonna do this. So, there is an achievement for landing the last hit on a boss with Nova Strike. It's time to get serious. So I'm doing that. I'm gonna sub-tank. And I'm gonna wait until my Nova Strike's full. It's almost there. And there we go. Got it. It ain't over until it's Nova. And you can see an image of a specific armor that we haven't seen yet in that achievement icon. We'll get into that later. But yeah, that was it. That was the 8 Mavericks. And for that, aiming laser. Move the cursor to lock on enemies. Attacks the enemy with the aiming laser. Yeah, that is what it does. And there we go. We have a 100% file right here. Except, I mean, we have the Sigma stages to go through. I mean, the Fortress stages. It's, you know, not Sigma. The Rebel forces begun assembling. Where are they? The spaceport. They're planning to take off into space. Hurry, we have to stop the Colonel. But we'll do that next time. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Tune in next time when we take on Colonel at the spaceport. See y'all then.